Hello, my name is Lauren.
And I'm Kai.
And this is our theoretical YouTube channel.
Or is it?
Well, just in theory anyway. Well, for our first pilot YouTube video, we've decided to explain one of our favorite Disney dilemmas.
Who is Chip's father? Cue montage!
Alright, here's where we're coming from.
Chip is a supporting character in the movie Beauty and the Beast. We know that he and Miss Potts, his mother, are both servants to the titular beast, and that during the curse that is enacted at the beginning of the movie, he is turned into a teacup.
We also know that he gets his name from a distinct chip on the left half of his face, or the right, depending on your opinion on the matter. We'll come back to this later.
Now we move into the realm of speculation. Chip, in the movie, is a quite young character, and when he is turned back into a human, he appears to be about 7 or 8.
This is supported by the fact that Bradley Pierce, the actor who played Chip, was about 9 when the movie came out, meaning that he would have been a little younger during filming.
Now, during the song Be Our Guest, Lumiere laments on how
10 years we've been rusting, needing so much more than dusting.
Combined with the fact that the final rose petal is supposed to fall on Beast's 21st birthday, that means he was cursed when he was only 11. Which opens up a whole other can of worms.
basically what we need to know is that Chip was born after the curse.
Wait a second, so a pot gave birth?
Yes.
Now, most people's problems here is that maybe Chip was a little boy when the curse happened, and that he just didn't age. But that makes no sense.
Why would the beast age if no one else does?
So for our purposes, this puts Chip's birth shortly after the curse had been enacted to his mother, Mrs. Potts, and a mysterious father figure who has never been revealed.
Until now. We've boiled it down to 3 main options that are up for consideration.
Option number 1, Chip is adopted?
Okay, so not to start off on a tangent, but Chip is definitely not the only child Miss Potts has. And he seems to be even her favorite out of none less than 23.
The rest of her children are seen sleeping in the cupboard at the end of something that wasn't there before. However, Chip is seen constantly at his mother's side, more so than any of her other children. But more on that in a minute.
This idea really stems from the massive number of children that Mrs. Potts has, and how none of them look like Potts like her.
However, this is our weakest claim, considering that the entire Potts family all has the same distinct markings on their bases, indicating that they're probably family.
So despite the awesome imagery of Miss Potts being a kind-hearted woman who takes in all of these children, thus giving them a better life, we can probably throw this idea right out the window.
Option number 2, Lumiere is Chip's father.
No, I'm just gonna leave now.
Okay, so I guess it's just me now. The basic idea is that Lumiere is the widely accepted ladies' man at the castle, and is also a servant along with Miss Potts, so it's not exactly outrageous to think they might have been romantically involved in the past. After all, they get along as friends, are about the same social class, and work at the same castle. Unfortunately, the age gap between the characters is a bit large for a Disney movie, and there's one other issue. Accents. Chip has an American accent.
Do I still have to sleep in the cupboard?
Mrs. Potts has both a British surname and a fairly British accent, while Lumiere is like the most French guy in the whole movie.
We tell jokes, I do tricks with my fellow candlesticks.
So there's probably some other major influence on his life, which brings us to
Option number 3, the West Wing Massacre.
This is by far our favorite theory, and though it's a little bit left field, there are a bunch of little clues hidden throughout the movie, all suggesting something a little sinister.
The west wing of the Beast's castle is the strictly forbidden area where he keeps his magic rose that was cursed at the beginning of the movie.
You can also spot various torn-up paintings featuring an untransformed prince before the curse. But more importantly for us, the West Wing is dark and spooky due to the presence of tattered curtains, broken windows, glass, and furniture.
This seems like an innocent scenery choice, quite fitting for the dark tones of the movie, until you remember what half the characters are in the movie. Furniture.
So wait, are all the broken chairs and pots and cabinets really just the dead bodies of Beast's servants?
Yes, but it gets worse. These utterly destroyed items are strangely hinting at a secret Disney was hoping you missed. That Beast is a murderer.
Think about it. When the enchantress cursed the prince, she also cursed the castle staff, and yet they became completely different things. What if the prince became a horrific and violent beast? Because that's how the castle staff saw him.
And what if the entire staff became furniture because that's exactly how the Beast saw them, as simple low-life objects to be used.
And after the curse is placed, it is repeatedly shown that Beast's violent temper sometimes sends him into rages that could potentially cause serious harm to those around him, especially if he didn't yet consider them friends.
So then imagine if on that terrible night when Beast is turned into a beast, he goes up into his west wing, finds the enchanted flower, and then just wreaks havoc on everyone around him, and he murders them all.
But what does any of this have to do with Chip? Well, the answer might just lie in another question.
How did Chip get his chip?
We propose that during one of Beast's rages, he was dangerously close to killing a younger Chip, when, lo and behold, Chip's father saves him.
We believe that Chip's father is a victim of one of Disney's darkest hidden secrets, that Beast killed Chip's father.
But it all makes sense. This is why Chip is constantly seen with his mother. Either he's the youngest of his siblings, or she carries him around as a reminder of her late husband's bravery.
This may also explain why Chip has a very unusual accent, American, unlike most of the other castle staff and his mother. So maybe his father was American, and that influenced him growing up.
This might also explain why when Belle leaves to check on her father, Chip stows away and asks the question, "Why did you go away? Don't you like us anymore?" That's a strange question to ask.
Unless Chip clearly has some abandonment issues from his father's disappearance as a young boy, and he doesn't want to lose Belle as well as another adult figure in his life.
So there, Chip's father was another servant of the castle whom during one of these violent rages was killed and is now stored in the West Wing, leaving Chip both physically and emotionally scarred.
But what do you think? Was Chip actually adopted? Are we totally wrong and it's just a children's movie that has no deeper meaning? Wait, what? Oh.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe a comment down in the section below, or maybe something about your thoughts, or how your day is going, or whether or not your favorite color is blue, or orange, or blorange. Either one. Anyway, we're not very good at advertising, so tell your friends.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.